There's quite a number of different thrones mentioned in the Bible, and quite a number of different thrones that I've actually been and experienced, and they're different. They have different functions and different purposes. The throne of grace is a throne exactly to release grace and mercy to help us. The throne room, where the living creatures are and the seven spirits of God and the thunders and lightnings, is very much a very governmental sort of kingdom position. The throne of the Ancient of the Days, which is where the river of fire flows from, is to do with the kingdom and us. That's where our thrones are, where we're seated in heavenly places, where alongside Jesus, who sat alongside the Father, described as the Ancient of Days. And that's where Jesus received the kingdom in Daniel chapter 7, and then gave the kingdom authority to us, to the saints of the Most High. So that's a position of government towards the earth. The temple, where it talks about in Isaiah 6, the train of his robe filled the temple and there's smoke and the altar, again, is relating to the outworking of God's purposes into the earth. Whereas I think the Ancient of Days throne, where we're seated, is to do with outworking our destiny towards all of creation. So there are different perspectives where these thrones are at work. And you could also put in there, the mercy seat, which is at the center of it all, which is the foundation stone of creation, where Yod, Hey, Vav, Hey, and the four faces of God, which is the governmental position of royal priesthood and oracles and legislators, connecting to the heart of the Father in the eternal now. All of those have different governmental positions. There's also thrones in all the courts that the Father sits in, court of the Lord and the Council of 70, Council of the Courts of the Fathers, they all have thrones in them associated with the working of that court. So there's different levels of government depending on different purposes and what God does in any one of those purposes. And if you engage them, you find the different aspects of God's heart and desire expressed through them. Hi everyone, we're starting a Patreon page and we would like to invite you to partner with us. You can find us on Patreon at patreon.com/freedomarc. Partner with us in taking the message of God's unconditional love, limitless grace, triumphant mercy to a bigger global audience.